This is the story of Phil Knight, an ordinary young man whose passion and dream built Nike, the world's biggest sportswear brand. Inspired by real events from Phil Knight's memoir Shoe Dog, this tale captures his journey with a touch of storytelling flair. 1962, a small room at Stanford. Phil Knight, a shy 24-year-old from a middle-class family, stood before his professor at Stanford Business School, presenting a paper. His idea: import high-quality, affordable Japanese running shoes to America. As a college runner, Phil had always struggled to find good, budget-friendly shoes. His paper was titled, "Can Japanese Sports Shoes Do to German Sports Shoes What Japanese Cameras Did to German Cameras?" For Phil, this wasn't just a classroom assignment, it was a spark. He thought, why not turn this idea into reality? With no money or concrete plan, just pure passion, he borrowed $50 from his dad and set off for Japan. First steps in Japan. In Kobe, Japan, Phil walked into the office of Onitsuka Tiger, a small company known for its Tiger brand shoes. He had no business card, no experience, just enthusiasm. When the company's owner asked, "Which company are you from?" Phil blurted out Blue Ribbon Sports, a name he made up on the spot because he didn't even have a company. Impressed by Phil's earnestness, Onitsuka gave him a chance, making him the distributor for Tiger shoes in America. Phil was thrilled, but the real challenge lay ahead. Where would he get the money to buy the shoes? The birth of Blue Ribbon. Back in America, Phil teamed up with his old running coach, Bill Bowerman, a legendary figure obsessed with creating better shoes for his athletes. The two became the perfect duo, Phil with his business instincts and Bowerman with his technical expertise. When the first shipment of 300 pairs of Tiger shoes arrived from Japan, Phil had no warehouse. He stored them in his dad's garage and started selling them out of the trunk of his car. Every weekend, Phil hit track meets, pitching his shoes to runners. Business grew slowly but steadily. Bowerman tinkered with the shoe designs, suggesting improvements to make them better for athletes. Together, they were building something special. New challenges, a new name. By the late 1960s, Blue Ribbon Sports was gaining traction, but tensions with Onitsuka were rising. The Japanese company wanted more control, and Phil felt their hard work shouldn't bear someone else's name. In 1971, he made a bold decision: they'd create their own brand. One day, an employee named Jeff Johnson suggested a name, Nike, inspired by the Greek goddess of victory. Phil didn't love it, but everyone else did, so he agreed. And the logo. A young art student, Carolyn Davidson, designed the iconic swoosh for just $35. Phil's reaction: "It's okay, maybe it'll grow on us." The rise of Nike. In 1972, Nike launched its first shoes. But money was tight, bank loans loomed, and legal battles with Onitsuka kept Phil up at night. At times, it seemed the company might collapse. Yet Phil and his team refused to give up. Bowerman's innovative designs, like the waffle sole, inspired by his wife's waffle iron, became a market sensation. As the jogging craze swept the 1970s, Nike seized the moment. Athletes like Steve Prefontaine wore Nike shoes, boosting the brand's fame. In 1980, Nike went public, and Phil Knight, who once borrowed $50 from his dad, became a billionaire overnight. Nike today. Today, Nike is more than a brand, it's a feeling. From Michael Jordan's Air Jordans to Serena Williams and LeBron James, Nike is part of every sport. Phil Knight's dream, born from a simple idea, now resonates worldwide. As he says in Shoe Dog, this journey wasn't just about shoes, it was about passion. And with passion, no challenge is too big. This story is rooted in the real events of Phil Knight's life, as shared in Shoe Dog, with a touch of narrative to bring his struggles and triumphs to life. It shows that dreams, big or small, just need relentless effort to come true. If this story inspired you, like the video, drop a comment, and share it with someone who needs motivation right now. And for more true, heart-touching stories like this, subscribe to Books Unfold. Because these aren't just stories. They're the paths that can change lives. Just do it.